Okay, so if you're a creator right now in 2026, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It feels like you're just drowning in AI video tools, right? I mean, every single week there's a new model, a new update, something that promises to completely change the game. And yeah, it's powerful, it's super exciting, but let's be real, it's also just completely confusing. So let's try to cut through that noise and figure this all out. And this right here, this is the question on everyone's mind. It's what you're probably asking yourself. Which platform should I bet on? Which one is worth my time to learn? And, which one is actually going to give me the best results? Is it the behemoth, Sora? Or maybe the one all the control freaks love, Runway? Or what about the new speedster on the block, Pika? But here's the thing. What if that's the wrong way to even think about it? The folks over at PXE nailed it when they said, the secret isn't about finding the single best tool out there. It's about finding the right tool for the job you're doing right now. And honestly, just that little mental shift, that's the whole key to unlocking all this AI video stuff. All right, so let's meet the main contenders. But instead of thinking about this like some big, epic war where one has to win, let's think of them more like specialized tools in your creative toolbox. Each one has its own personality, its own thing that it does better than literally anyone else. First up, let's talk about the realism kings. These are the big guns. If your number one absolute top priority is making something that looks so real you could swear it was shot on a camera, these are your guys. OpenAI's Sora 2 and Google's Veo 3. Sora, well, it's pretty much the undisputed champ when it comes to photorealism, but Veo is right there with it, really focusing on that smooth, cinematic quality and, crucially, keeping your characters looking the same from shot to shot. Okay, next category, the precision studios. Now, these are for the control freaks, the directors, the artists out there who need to be able to tweak everything. Runway's Gen 4 it's just in a league of its own here with its director mode. It lets you get in there and control motion, camera paths, all of it with insane precision. And right behind it, you've got C-Dance, which is just fantastic at understanding really specific camera commands like, dolly in or pan left. And last but not least, we've got the speed demons. This is for all of you who are just churning out content, who need things fast and in high volume. Pika 2.5 is, without a doubt, the king of getting you a pretty darn good result in seconds, not minutes. We're talking rapid iteration. And then there's Kling, another huge player in the space, especially known for its super fast generation and surprisingly realistic human movements. Okay, so now you've got your toolkit, right? You've got your realism kings, your precision studios, and your speed demons. But how do you actually pick one for your project? Well, it all boils down to one simple question. What matters most to you right now? Is it quality? Is it control? Or is it just raw speed? And this is where it all gets crystal clear. Just look at this breakdown. You can see right away what the trade-offs are. Sora, yeah, it gives you those long, beautiful, realistic clips, but man, it's slow and it's not cheap. Runway comes in with that amazing 4K resolution and that fine-tuned control. And Pika? Well, it's the budget-friendly speedster. It's way, way faster than the others, but you are going to sacrifice a bit on clip length and that absolute top-tier quality. And let's just talk about that Sora price tag for a second, because it's a huge deal. Sure, there's a limited plan for about $20, but to really, really unlock what it can do, to get that mind-blowing photorealism, we're talking about a pro subscription. And that's going to set you back a cool $200 a month. Yeah, so this clearly puts it in the pro-level investment category, not something you just mess around with on a weekend. Now let's jump to the complete opposite end of the universe, Pika's speed. I mean, look at this. We're talking 30 to 90 seconds. Think about that. In a time it takes you to make a coffee while you're waiting for one Sora clip to finish, you could have already generated 5, 10, maybe even more different ideas with Pika. That kind of speed just opens up a totally different way of working. It's all about trying stuff out, seeing what sticks, just rapid fire creating. So this really brings us to the core trade-off, the big choice that every single creator has to make these days. Are you going to invest the time, invest the money, and wait for Sora's almost perfect cinematic quality, for that one killer shot in your short film? Or do you go with Pika's insane speed to just pump out content every single day for TikTok or Instagram? But I gotta let you in on a little secret that the marketing departments don't really like to talk about. It's what I call the universal physics problem. See, even the absolute best models, yep, even Sora, have this issue. A video can look 100% real, but that doesn't mean it behaves real. we still see weird stuff, right? Objects phasing through each other, gravity doing some funky things, and of course, that classic AI moonwalk, where people are walking but not going anywhere. The point is, none of these tools are perfect yet. And that brings us to the real pro move. This is what the smartest creators are doing right now in 2026. They've completely stopped asking which tool is the winner. Instead, they're building smart workflows that actually combine these tools, playing to each one's strengths. So what does that look like? Well, it's kind of like a tiered system. Step 1, you prototype. You jump into Pika to blast out a ton of ideas super fast and super cheap. Just see what works. Step 2, you refine. Once you've got a concept you're excited about, you take it into Runway to really lock in that camera control and get those perfect shots to show a client. And then, and only then, comes step 3, you finalize. For those absolute money shots, those hero moments that have to be flawless, that's when you invest the time and the cash to render them in Sora. So, look, the big takeaway here is not to get frozen by all these choices. It's the opposite. The goal is for you to feel empowered, because now you have a game plan, a framework that lets you stop the endless which is best debate and just start creating. It really all comes back to that one core idea. The next time you sit down to start a project, just stop yourself from asking which tool is the best. Instead, ask, what does this job need most? Do I need jaw-dropping realism? Do I need pinpoint precision? Or do I just need it done fast? The answer to that question is going to tell you exactly which tool to pull out of your toolbox. So there you have it. You've got the map to navigate this crazy AI video world. You get the trade-offs, you know the pro workflow. Really, there's only one question left to ask. Now that you know how to choose the right tool for the job, what are you going to create first?